Hello again, all life, or I should say, master number 22s. This is your life path reading for April 2019. So I've added a couple of new decks to my my collection, and I couldn't wait to use them in the April spreads. So I'll get to that in a minute. My pendulum picked the cards for us to use this month, and they are the Power Tarot cards, Archangel Power Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radleigh Valentine. So in the month of April, it looks like we need a little bit of power, and the archangels are ready to assist us. So that's for the main spread. The two new decks that I've recently introduced is the Dragon Oracle deck here by Diane Cooper. I've always had a fascination with dragons, and I did a course not so long ago with Diane Cooper here, and immediately these cards sort of jumped out at me. I needed an oracle deck, as I've only got tarot cards, and as soon as I did this course and this whole deck just kind of gelled with me. So that's for an extra message at the end of the main reading. And also recently I've been studying the Akashic Records, and this deck here is the Akashic Tarot. So I'm also introducing that. There's one card for an extra message at the end of the main reading from this deck as well. So the Akashic Records are records of past lives, past lifetimes, your present lifetime and or future lifetimes. So it's quite an involved deck, and just bear with me because I do have to learn them, and these are quite involved, so it's going to take me a little bit to learn them. But those two with the Akashic Records and these two, I will be I wonder if that'll sit up there for me, these two here. I will be reading those ones out of these two books at the end of the main spread. So I'm not going to go too much into the new moon wishing lists and the full moon forgiveness and gratitude list. I think I've covered that rather extensively in my previous videos, so if you want to go back to the beginnings of some of my videos, I cover those then. But I'm still going to do the new moons and full moons, and I'm also going to give a little bit of the astrology that's coming up for the month of April. So, being on that note, we have a new moon on the 5th of April in the sign of Aries, which is squaring Saturn. Now, squaring means challenging. The April new moon brings opportunities for honour, wealth, promotion, good friends, and business success. But first, any fears, self-doubt, or pessimism will be overcome with patience, perseverance, and hard work. So that's what this Aries new moon is bringing, or making us work with, basically, or having to work through. So a lot of the readings that I've done up until your one here, it is all about self-doubt, pessimism, fears, all that sort of type thing, and they're actually coming up in these readings. So basically the planets are helping us with that. We're then going to go to the full moon on the 19th of April, which again is in the sign of Libra. If you can remember back to your video last month, the 21st was the full moon. It was in the sign of Libra. We again have a full moon, but it's on the 19th in the same sign, Libra, which Libra is opposite Uranus. This means your need for change, excitement, or freedom could make you restless and impulsive. Unexpected events and unpredictable behaviour could add much tension to close relationships. This full moon also highlights relationship imbalances involving emotional support and love. Subconscious awareness allows for an impartial and balanced look at personal relationships. So again, we've got the Libra scales there, balancing things out and giving us a bit of a hand. Albeit that full moons heighten our moods, our feelings, all that sort of type thing. As I said here, this full moon, there could be unexpected events and unpredictable behaviour. So just be aware of that. Full moons always tend to heighten people's emotions, let's say. I'll go a little bit into the astrology of April. Not the astrology, the numerology, sorry, of April. So April is a 7-month, and how we arrive at that number is April is the 4th month of 2019. So we add the 4 to 2019 and it reduces to a 7. The 7 is a number of introspection. It's going within, working on the inside, working on our inner processes, our inner emotions, our feelings, all that sort of type thing. Having a little bit of time out to do that work on the insides, so we can then project a balanced and what can I say, like when you then come back to working with the universe or working with life in general, you're balanced on the inside. So there's a little bit of work to do on the inside to balance what's happening on the outside. So yesterday when I started these videos and when I'm just about completed them, yesterday was the 28th of March. Today is the 29th, but Mercury started going direct yesterday. It's the only planet we've had so far that has been in retrograde motion. Mercury is the communication planet, or otherwise known as the trickster planet, especially when he goes into retrograde. So yesterday he is stationing direct to go into forward momentum, and we're still going to have the effects of Mercury retrograde up until the first week or so of April. So, excuse me. It's been a rather eventful year, even though we've only been in, this is the 4th month coming up. We've only had one planet retrograde, yet this coming April we have 3 major planets going retrograde. So I'm going to go through them now. On the 10th of April, Jupiter goes retrograde. On the 24th, Pluto goes retrograde. And on the 29th, Saturn goes retrograde. So if you kind of think that, you've been busy and you've had a lot to do and there's been a little bit of chaos and stuff in your life so far, we've only just hit the retrograde season now. So you can look up what the retrogrades of these planets, Jupiter, Pluto and Saturn, mean for you. If you know your birth sign, all that sort of type thing, you can actually do a birth chart and find out which house those planets may be affecting in April. Jupiter, for instance, is retrograde for up to 60 days. That's quite a long period of time for a planet to be retrograde. So anyway, you can always go and ask Uncle Google if you like about those planets. The information is always readily available on the internet. On the 20th, we start the Taurus season, so it'll be happy birthdays to the Taurians out there. So that's when the Taurus season starts as well. So I'll go now into the placements of the cards. I'm still using the same spread as I've been using for the last several weeks. So we have your past, your present, your future, your best path to follow, your environment, your hopes and fears, and your final outcome card. This card in the centre is the overall theme of the main spread. Every card pulls off of the centre card, no matter which way you go. At the end of your final outcome card, I will pull three additional cards that will clarify each row. Then, once I've done the main spread, I will read your two extra messages here from the Akashic Tarot card and from the Dragon Oracle card here. I will read those from the book. So, let's get underway. For Master number 22s, what have we got for the month of April? And it's a Major Arcana card, and it's called Perspective with Archangel Chamuel. A lot of the videos I've been doing, a lot of cards keep coming up in different life path numbers, so it's been a major theme. One of these, actually this card here has. It has been one of the cards that have been coming up quite a lot. So I will read what it says at the bottom. It says, there is a better way. Pause for reflection and insight and dare to be different. So you've got a Major Arcana card right bang smack in your centre of your reading. With this card, it is telling you there's a better way and to have a different perspective. Being that even it's called perspective up here. This is generally classed as the hangman in the traditional tarot. So that basically you've got Archangel Chamuel upside down here, looking at the world, and he's got a different view of things. Or he's trying to gain a clarity with a different view of things. So as it says at the bottom, there is a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. So it's asking you to pause. Like I said, April's a 7-month. It's calling for reflection and insight. And the only way you can do that is to pause and reflect on what's happening on the inside, what your guides, what your intuition is telling you. But the only way to do that is to be still. But we'll go into these other cards and see what else is happening to know what the better way is maybe for you. We'll go into your past card now, and it is the Knight of Ariel. It's that card there. So if you can see in that card, you've got a gentleman on a horse there. You've got Archangel Ariel down on the ground. Ariel is the coin suit or the pentacle suit. She's burying a lot of coins in as like you would plant seeds sort of type thing in the ground. So we'll read what it says on the card. Trustworthy, understanding, devoted and funny. There is so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan, being watched over by somebody kind. So that's the message of the Knight of Ariel there. So it's telling you to make a detailed plan. Even going back to this card here, there is a better way. You might make a plan, or you might have made a plan at the end of March coming into April here. But there is a better way. So, you're going to have to pause for reflection and insight and maybe just change a few plans. But it is being looked after or looked over or watched over, as it says in this card, being watched over by somebody kind. So that's that card there, and that is your past card. We're going to go straight into your future card here to see where we're going. And it is another Major Arcana card, the Lovers, with Archangel Raphael. So this is romantic relationships. This can be partnerships. It does not have to be love relationships. And it says at the bottom, make choices from your heart, deeply emotional commitments, the power of love. So let's pause for reflection here. And this is also so you make wise decisions, make choices from the heart. deeply emotional commitment, and the power of love. So bringing all that into the mix to make your choices in life. This, I think it's one choice that you're having to make at the moment. But it is being watched over by somebody very kind, as it says in that past card. We'll go straight into your future card to see where else we're going. And it is the Page of Michael. Pages are always messengers. I'll just read what it says. Truthful, perceptive, analytical, and blunt. It says at the bottom, an exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review all contracts or documents very thoroughly. So again, you have a choice here to make. There is a better way. You're going to have a new perspective on things. And the pages come along to basically tell you to review contracts or documents very, very carefully. Even though Mercury is the planet of communication and documents and all those sorts of things, some of the planets that are going retrograde, such as Jupiter and Saturn, that I can think of at the moment. Saturn is a karmic planet and it's going retrograde, so be sure to read the fine print when you're making these decisions. But it's also, this page can be a person, but as it says at the top of the card, the message might be received in a blunt manner. So don't shoot the messenger. People are blunt sometimes, but it's not the person, it's the actual message that they're giving to you that you need to, take notice of. And like I said, with the new moons and full moons, the advice on it was, some of the behaviour might not be what you're used to. Unpredictable behaviour and tension in close relationships. You've got the Lovers card there, so it could be the tension in the relationship and unexpected events. So, like I say, read that fine print. Don't shoot the messenger. It's the message that is important. But it is an exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. So very, very good future card there. This exciting new challenge, this card in the centre. If we're going to pull off this card in the centre, there is a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. So you're getting the time to actually make this decision, to review the contracts and the documents very thoroughly. We'll go into your best path to follow, which is the Eight of Raphael. It's that card there. If you can see in that, there is a bridge. There's a person standing on this side, and you've got Archangel Raphael on the other side of the bridge. You also have an animal, or a little dog, is it? I think. Yeah, little dog standing beside this young lady, which is your own intuition, animal instincts, call it what you will. And Archangel Raphael is calling this person over this bridge. This is totally your decision whether you cross this bridge or whether you remain on the path that you are. But there is a better future waiting for you across that bridge. I will now read what it says at the bottom. There is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you. A spiritual quest. So when they say a spiritual quest, it doesn't mean that you have to go all spiritual and all that sort of type thing, but it is part of your destiny. It is part of why you're here, to experience this, whatever's better waiting for you on that other side of that bridge. Again, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, nearly 5 cards there telling you that something new and exciting is coming. There's something better waiting for you. There's a better way. make a choice from your heart, deep emotional commitments. Even this card here, you know, there is much to accomplish. Make a detailed plan, being watched over by someone kind. All these cards are telling you that this is your best path to follow. It's a change of directions. So there is a better way, a new and exciting challenge. There is something better waiting for you, and only you will know what that is. All I'm doing is reading the cards as they come out. We'll go to your environment card here, and this card also has been coming up a lot. This is Archangel Michael standing in a boat. Again, there's a little dog with him. He's coming out of stormy seas. You can see it's all rough, it's cloudy, it's windy, there's high winds, there's lightning. Excuse me. There's even sharp and jagged rocks underneath him here. He is flying over them, and if I move my finger, you will see you're coming into, if I can get the glare off of those cards, you're coming into blue sky here, clearer waters, clearer air, and you're leaving all that garbage behind, basically. This is your past. This is in the normal tarot, the Six of Swords. And with the Six of Swords, as I read cards, the Six Swords in the boat, the normal tarot, and those are all your experiences, good, bad, or indifferent, that you need to leave in the past. And the only way that you're going to move into bright skies or clearer waters, clearer future, is to leave all that baggage in the past. Especially, you know, this is like a tornado behind him, a big hurricane sort of type thing. This is all the baggage from past experiences that need to be left in the past. You can acknowledge them. It's always a good thing to acknowledge what has happened in the past, feelings, emotions, whatever. Thank them for their experience, thank them for their lessons in life, but move into that clearer water without that baggage. And sometimes the only way you can do that is to actually acknowledge them. Generally, when they come up to be dealt with, they're trying to be acknowledged, they're trying to be let go of, so they can stay in the past and you can move on. So they don't have to basically be coming with you, sort of type thing, if that makes any sense. So I'll read what it says at the bottom. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation or travel. So this card here can also mean travel, relocation, going on a holiday. It just depends on where you are in life. But definitely this might be your change of perspective, that, you know, you're now ready to deal with all these emotions and the baggage from the past, and you can leave it there. So this is your new perspective. You don't need to carry all this heavy weight, all these heavy burdens that you've had in the past. Your new perspective could be to leave them in the past, acknowledge them, thank them for their experiences, and move on to clearer skies. Because, I mean, yeah, if you have a look in this card, it's beautiful blue sky. Even the water in the distance is very calm. So that's your future. I'll go into your hopes and fears card now, and it's another major arcana. That whole line across there is major arcana cards, and it's the High Priestess with Archangel Heniel. Again, if you have a look at the Archangel in here, she's wearing a gown, but it looks like water flowing down the steps. This is a clear indication that you need to go with the flow. Don't be so hard on yourself. Yeah, I'm going to read what it says at the bottom anyway. Powerful and psychic insights, reflection and meditation that provide valuable information. Be at peace. So I'm just going to take a drink of water. So there's another card telling you basically about reflection and meditation. You've got another one here saying pause for reflection and insight, making choices from the heart and deeply emotional commitments. So sometimes we need to slow down a little bit in life to find those insights, or the psychic insights, or the powerful information, the reflection and meditation that provides valuable information. Be at peace. So you can be at peace, you can flow with the events that are happening. Being at peace is like sitting beside a waterfall sort of type thing. This always reminds me of a waterfall or a river flowing. It's gentle, it's not as in this card, it's not a raging inferno behind us, a raging winds and all that sort of type thing. And so this card is basically telling you to be at peace and just flow with the rhythm of life. To slow down so that you can actually hear the High Priestess, the messages or powerful insights that come by slowing down and being still for a little bit. We'll go to your final outcome card, which is the Three of Gabriel. It's a pretty good outcome card, actually. So the Three of Gabriel is usually the Three of Wands. In this deck here, you have a person standing on the dock with, it is suitcases, but she's waiting for her ships to come in. She's planted her wands, she's planted her seeds, whatever. Again, same as this card, she's planted her seeds in the ground and she's waiting for her ships to come in. So this may be a little bit of a process. You know what it's like when you plant a seed. It's got to come into a seedling and then into a plant, and then the fruit comes. You tend the ground, you water it, but it is a waiting game. So it's a pretty good card to get, especially alongside this card because it's all in a row here. But your ships are coming in. You would have made wise decisions, but I'm going to read the bottom now. Prosperity arising from wise planning. Take time to take the next step. Optimistic plans that turn out as expected. So that's that card in a nutshell. So your harvest is coming in. You've planted your seeds well. Prosperity arising from wise planning. So it's a pretty good card. So it's a good time we'll pull our three clarifying cards. Excuse me. We have three clarifying cards, please. Pretty good reading, guys. You're actually being given the time to slow down and make these choices, make these wise decisions. Here's our first card, which is the Ace of Raphael, which is a new beginning. So that's pretty good. That's on that line there. We want another two cards, please. Here it is. We get the Queen of Raphael. And one more. And the Three of Raphael. So all Raphael cards. It's quite interesting actually, out of a deck of 78 cards to get three Raphael cards. Right, so Raphael's got something to tell you. So the Ace of Raphael, aces are always new beginnings. Raphael, Archangel Raphael is the healing angel. So it's something to do with emotions. So we'll read what it says. A positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. So this could be what you've planted, emotional experiences like deep, fulfilling, romantic, especially because you've got the Lovers here. The Lovers card goes quite well with this card. This could be a new emotional experience in a love relationship. but it's a deep and lasting, a positive new emotional experience. So there's your new beginning in a relationship. And it's something that you've actually had to work for, but your ships are coming in. You've planted your seeds very well. We'll go to the Queen of Raphael now, which it says kind, understanding, giving, and psychic. So that's that one there. If you can see her there, she reminds me of Neptune a little bit, this card. Neptune is a mythic being of the sea, basically. He's the ruler of the seas. Neptune is one of the planets that has a little bit to do with our astrology this month, as these planets going retrograde will be affecting Neptune. Neptune is the dreamy, sort of deep, watery stuff, Piscean, if you like, stuff. Not that we've got any Piscean energy around us at the moment, but we'll read what it says at the bottom. Follow your heart, a love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. So it says, follow your heart, trustworthy psychic information, a love of home and family. So this card goes very well with all these major arcana cards here. If you can see them without the light on. Everything that the Queen of Raphael has, basically all her characteristics, her traits, is that whole line there. She's following her heart, the love of home and family. She is a great homemaker, all that sort of type thing. Sorry, I do say a lot. But yeah, also trustworthy psychic information, and this is where the High Priestess comes in. This is trustworthy psychic information. This could, if you don't believe in psychic information, anything like this could be an epiphany, this could be a dream you have, this could be a gut feeling, an instinct. You know, you've got two cards here with animals in it. This is instinct, this is gut instinct. So go to your last card here, and it's a lovely card, the Ten of Raphael. Sorry, I think my camera's just playing up here a little bit here. Anyway, this is the Ten of Raphael, and I'll read what it says at the bottom. Love and blessings fill your life, harmonious relationships with family members, and happy ever after. If you can see in the back here, there's even a rainbow just in here. There is a rainbow. So it's a very, very good card to get for this type of reading. This is all about relationships. It's about love relationships. Your shit's coming in. You've got to do emotional work to put baggage behind you. But to get the Ten of Raphael here, love and blessings fill your life, harmonious relationships with family members, happily ever after. You know, what more could you ask for in a loving relationship? So, all pretty self-explanatory, I think, the whole row there. Ace of Raphael, the Queen of Raphael, and then we get the Ten of Raphael. Whatever's going on in your world is to do with a love relationship. I'll put my head on the block and say it is a love relationship, because all these other cards around you are pointing to the same thing. So on that note, we'll go in to see what our Dragon Oracle card has to say. And it is the Green Dragon. It says, the Green Dragon helps you to tune into the secrets of nature. Receive answers and guidance from nature. Align with your divine essence. So that's a pretty good card. I'm just going to find the book and read him out of the book. I'll just find him in the book. The Green Dragon, just bear with me while I find him. Oh, there he is. Okay, I will hold them up so you can have a look. Hopefully there's no glare on that card. So I will read it out of the book. I will read about the green dragon and then I'll give you the guidance on it. So it says, all answers lie within nature and every single thing we need while on earth is provided for us in the natural world. Fifth-dimensional green dragons touch our psychic centers and help us to tune into the sacred geometry in the trunks of the trees, the petals of the flowers, the shells of snails, and everywhere in Master Pan's kingdom. These are the keys and codes that bring us in tune with our divine essence. When we are truly aligned with our fifth dimensional blueprint, we are automatically whole and healed. So the guidance of the card reads, the natural kingdom is a magical place in which all our answers are held for us. Luminous green dragons help us to read these answers. So if you can sit quietly in nature, call a green dragon and ask for guidance. Again, it's fitting with this spread pretty well. And they're telling you to be still and to basically go out into nature to hear the guidance, even from the green dragon or the insights, that sort of type thing. Anyway, I'll carry on reading. So quietly in nature, call a green dragon and ask for guidance. The response may come to you consciously or unconsciously. So accept that something important has been activated within you, whether you are aware of it or not. You may feel the need to walk somewhere particular. If so, follow this impulse. Your green dragon will be guiding you. Keep your eyes and ears open, for the answers may come through a tree, a bird, an insect, an animal, or something else entirely. Green dragon will glide with you, directing you to the answers you need. This calls for deep trust and an understanding that the divine plan is perfect. Drawing this card also suggests that you would benefit by spending more time in the green world. Your green dragon will be with you, so acknowledge it and let it touch you with its wisdom and great knowledge. Expect revelations or healing. That's the oracle card there with the green dragon. You can call upon him in the month of April for his assistance. And like the card suggests, maybe you might be called to a park or somewhere green or a forest or a track, just to connect with nature for the answers. So we'll have a wee look at our Akashic record card here, which is the Four of Roses, View of Ego. It's this card here. I'm just going to place it down so I can find it in the book. Not quite sure, but I think my video is going a little bit funny. Just bear with me. I'm just going to plug in the cord if that makes it any better. And the Four of Roses, we'll find that one. And 43. Okay. I got this card the other day, and I thought it was rather interesting. So that's that card there, and if you have a look in these cards, they're quite symbolic of what is actually in the cards. So it says, a view of ego. Two people stand together before a full-length mirror. The man in the centre gazes keenly at himself and sees his reflection is looking back with a superior air. His is the sole reflection to be seen in the mirror. This card shows that there may be a full selfish person in your life, whether in love, friendship, family, or business relationship. This person is self-absorbed and makes plans only in terms of how they affect him or her. You may have lingered too long, repeatedly giving to this person, even though you haven't received much in return. You've tolerated, I'm just going to turn the page. You've tolerated this dismissiveness because you kept hoping things would get better, and perhaps you were too afraid to step away. You are called now to be aware this person is unlikely to change, and you may be delaying the inevitable. Take an honest look in your mirror and see how. Sorry, I'll say that one again. Take an honest look in the mirror and see how staying in this relationship affects your future. So that's the messages of the cards. That one's quite, yeah. I got this card the other day, and exactly what it said on the card was correct for me. It wasn't actually a personal relationship, but it was a relationship that is in my family. So anyway, good wise advice. Sometimes we linger too long in relationships. We try, and at the end of the day, really we don't get very far. We only end up miserable, basically. So those are your two extra messages on this one. Take it or leave it. Yeah, and you must remember these are general readings, so if it doesn't resonate with you, it's not for you. But what I can see here in your cards, like a love relationship, is something maybe going on in that sort of field. Maybe you might have to leave one relationship and go to another relationship. My best advice when things like that happen, may or may not apply to you, is finish one before you start another one. So that's it, guys, for this reading for April 2019. I'm now going to wish you all a Green Dragon April. Remember, you can call on this Green Dragon and go and have a walk in nature to clear heads, clear our souls. It's always a good idea. If you need any more assistance with working with your own team, you can book a personal reading with me at my page, Sun Moon Tarot Numerology, or you can always contact me through my website, which is sunmoontarot.co.nz. So until we meet again next month for our next month's readings, I wish you the best in April, and I look forward to talking with you all again very soon.